For this video, I would like to ask some questions and have you, the Jaguar Jones audience of experts, answer them. I would also like to request that everyone watch this video until the end. The questions I'm going to ask are yes or no questions, save the last one. But we here at the Jaguar Jones Institute realize that many of life's questions are not so simple as to be answered with an elementary yes or no. In the comment section, please answer the question according to its number as yes, no, or it depends, and explain your answer. If you run out of characters, please reply to your own comment so that all of your thoughts can stay reasonably grouped together. Of course, you are free to make other comments, such as calling me every name you can think of and questioning my ability to tie my own shoes. But for this video, I would really like to hear your answers. If you get tired of typing, a video response would be great. All video responses are set to be automatically approved. So here we go. Question number 1. Is every single human life a precious treasure? Question number 2. Do you consider part of your responsibility as a human being to do everything you reasonably can to prolong every human life? Question 3. Would you consider those who do not try to prolong every human life to be morally inferior to yourself? Question 4. Do you consider those who advocate for the early termination of any human life for medical or humane reasons to be morally inferior to yourself? Criminal murder, acts of self-defense, acts of war, etc. are excluded for the purposes of this question. Question 5. If you could make a small monetary sacrifice, 1.5% of your take-home pay for 1 year, for example, that would save one single human being from dying for 10 more years, would you do it? Question 6. If you could make a painful but not debilitating sacrifice, cutting off the little finger of your non-dominant hand without anesthesia, for example, that would save one single human being from dying for 10 years, would you do it? Question 7. If you could make a small social sacrifice, being publicly labeled an extremist, radical, or subversive, for example, to prolong one human life, would you do it? Question 8. If you could commit a crime that would prolong one human life, would you freely accept the consequences to your liberty, family, and financial situation of committing that crime? Question 9. Do you think the government of your nation, state, or locality should do everything it can to prolong the lives of its citizens for as long as it can? Question 10. Do you think that the government of your nation, state, or locality should spend taxpayer money to prolong the lives of its citizens for as long as it can? Now I would like for you to watch a short video clip.
How are you feeling tonight?
Thank you, Keith. I feel pretty good. I'm still at a somewhat high functioning level for somebody in my condition, I'm told. And I have my family with me, so things are pretty good. Thanks.
What would happen if you got a call tonight telling you that there was a heart available?
Well, because of funding falling through, I'm not active on the list right now. I'm on the inactive part of the list until alternative financing is available.
Can you explain, with this platform available to you, Randy, explain to Governor Brewer why it's so important to fix this and not to wait till January when some of the legislators want to bring it up again?
Well, it would be great if that was the case. If somebody could sign something, do whatever, so that the funding would be there for me to get my heart. If it does, as I understand it, that the state's out of money, I understand that, and I'm not looking for somebody to invent money for me or money where there's not available. But I would love to see if some of the wasted money out there in government, I mean, you see it every day. Mm-hmm. I'd love to see some of that redirected into a program like this.
Do I have this right, Randy, that next year you qualify for federal assistance in this? Would that solve these financial problems?
Well, I'm currently on a long-term disability. Doctors have told me I'm unable to work, in my plumbing business because of my condition. And after 2 years on the disability, I'll be eligible for Medicaid, which that comes in January. So from what I've been told, January I'll qualify for that. That will cover approximately 80% of my medical bills, which leaves about $100,000 to $120,000 that we'll have to raise. And we've got a fund set up right now through the national. There's a national organ transplant fund that we've set up in my name for that people can make donations.
Do I also understand this correct, that you had to join this access instead of get insurance elsewhere? Why would that have been the case?
Well, I've had, my heart issues have been ongoing since I was about 12. I had rheumatic fever when I was 12, and luckily I had a diligent, loving mother who persisted and got me diagnosed and taken care of in spite of numerous doctors who couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. But I had a relapse when I was 17. I had another case of it, and at that point I had 2 artificial valves placed in my heart. So having had open heart surgery as a teenager, there just are no insurance companies that are willing to take on my case, and you know, understandably so. I'm a high expense person medically.
I understand that you understand, but I don't think the rest of America understands any of this.
The name of the man being interviewed in that video clip is Randy Shepard. Question 11. Should Mr. Shepard's national, state, and local government use taxpayer money to reactivate his name on the heart transplant waiting list? As mentioned before, the last question will not be a yes or no question. Question 12. If you answered yes to any of the first 10 questions and answered no to question 11, why would you advocate and sacrifice to prolong a hypothetical life, but decline to prolong a real one? Thank you in advance for your answers, and thank you for watching this video until the end. Please share, feature, or mirror this video as you deem appropriate.